I'm right here from Roseville, Minnesota.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Ahmed Shurbagi.
And why are you here?
I'm here to ask the United States government to stand behind the people of Egypt and asking for their freedom.
What do you think is going to happen?
I hope what's going to happen is that we have a quick and peaceful exit of Hosni Mubarek.
Have you been to Egypt?
I go to Egypt all the time.
Okay. What part of the country are you from? Cairo. Thank you. How about you, sir?
Hey, my name is Ahmed Al-Tawili. I was born in St. Paul. My parents from Egypt. They moved to the United States over 30 years ago, and we're here to ask the United States government, and hopefully they can send a message to Hosni Mubarek to step down and allow for a democratic election of the future leaders of Egypt.
I was saying that the people who doing all that problem in Egypt, not public. They are from the cops. They disappear. No one answers the phone. If you call the cops, no one answers the phone. The police station is empty. Even the weapons is disappear. Who's responsible for all that? Don't tell me the people, the public. No way.
Can you reach Israel by Egypt by telephone?
No, you have to call the landline. That's the only way to call.
Okay.
Yesterday we heard that the cell phone start coming back, but limited and not that quality. Like you can't really hear the people, and you have to call a couple times to can reach.
What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I think that Mubarak is gonna try to keep his position as much as he can, but no way you can stand against the people forever. There is some point you have to step down and let the people lead themselves and choose them president.
If Mubarak leaves, will that substantially change your relations with Israel?
No, I don't think so, because Mubarak didn't sign the contract. Sadat, he's the one he did it, and Sadat is over now. He's dead, so it's not about president. It's about Egypt and Israel. So it's gonna stay forever.
We're here to support our people in Egypt. We are with them, and we're gonna try to send a message that whatever the people is gonna choose in Egypt, we're gonna choose it too. We just want to focus on one thing: the wealth of the Egyptians. They want a new leader, and I don't think we're gonna sacrifice 80 million Egyptians just to keep Israel safe. Israel is already safe, and I don't think this should be the focus or the point we have to talk about right now. Because you know what? We supported a dictator for 30 years to keep Israel safe, but what he did is you torture 80 millions. You know, so that should not be the point right now. We don't need even to talk about it right now.
All Egypt right now has a rise to get Mubarak out. He already controlled the country for 30 years, and that's quite enough. No problem to change. We need a change about 15 years ago, and that's quite enough.
My name is Samir Saikali.
And your role here today?
And we are here today in order to support the protests and the revolt that's happening in Egypt, and support them in any way we can. Our heart goes out to them because of the deaths that have happened and the injuries that have happened. But change must come.
You think it's going to succeed?
It might take some time and some resilience, but we're hopeful that it will succeed.
Where's the United States in this?
Well, we hope that we are going to get the support of the U.S. government and the support of the American people to support the people of Egypt for one real freedom and one real change.
2, 4, 6, 8. Hosni Mubarek, who we hate. 2, 4, 6, 8. Hosni Mubarek, who we hate.
My name is Hisham. I'm from Egypt, and we're here to support our people back home. We need to change the regime. I'm one of the generation who suffer from this regime, and I'm here to support our people to change the government, change our president, because it's time for him to go. He got to go. We don't need him anymore. The people of Egypt don't need him anymore. He didn't represent us anymore like the way it should be. We are Egyptian, and we want him to go.
Have there been previous actions against him?
Yes, we have, but as the police and the Prime Minister, they don't want us to act in the right way. But now the people of Egypt stand together and they ask him to go, and he have a pay for the Egyptian people what they ask him to do, to leave Egypt.
Free, free,
be here.
Okay. You are from Egypt?
I'm from Egypt, from Alexandria, Egypt.
Okay. What do you think's going to happen?
What do you think? You can see it, that dictatorship over there for 30 years. That's enough. You need to tell the United States just they need to win the Egyptian people because they love you. That's all. Don't just support one person in the front of 80 million people. 80 million people over there, they are poor, they couldn't find food to eat, they couldn't find clean water, they couldn't find jobs, they have no hope, they have nothing over there. So they have to, at least they have to listen to the people.
I'm here to stand in solidarity with my fellow Egyptians that are in Egypt, trying to make a claim and trying to stand up for their freedom, for their rights, for self-determination.
What's going to happen in Egypt?
You know, that's a great question. I don't think anybody knows right now. We know that there's been a vice president that's been appointed for the first time. We know that there's a new cabinet that's being formed, but right now the scene on the streets is just utter chaos. There's military in the streets, but no one's obeying the curfew, and there's looting, and it's just devolving into a scary scene.
Have you had any contact with people in Egypt?
I've been trying to get hold of family. I know my mom's been in touch with family, but it's been a challenge getting through. The cell phone service has just recently been back up, but phone lines are it's hard to get through. I would hope that at least there could be the threat of withholding aid until there's some serious real reforms.
Egypt, Egypt, sorry. Egypt, 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 Egypt. Now. What do you want? Work out. When do you want it? Now. What do you want? Work out. صوت الواطي.
احنا كرهنا الظلم خلاص.
احنا كرهنا الظلم خلاص.
احنا كرهنا الظلم خلاص.
احنا كرهنا الظلم خلاص. Down, down, Hosni Mubarek. 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 Down, down, Hosni Mubarek.
It is important to make it clear that we are here today in support of the people of Egypt and in support of what they want for themselves. What is happening in Egypt today is a revolution initiated by the people, Egyptians from all walks of life, including the Facebook and Twitter generation, for the people of Egypt. What do the people of Egypt want? Despite the communication blackout that they suffered, their voice came out loud and clear. The people of Egypt want four basic things: change, freedom, justice, and humanity. And we support them with our hearts and with our voices, and will continue to do so. We urge our government here and the American people to support them as well. This is not over yet. The Egyptian people need our collective, continued support to achieve real change and real freedom. Thank you.
We hope it keeps staying in this direction as a demand for Egyptian freedom and doesn't go off in other directions. It's certainly an impressive group, and you know, all I know is what I've been reading in the newspapers. So we'll have to see what happens.
What can Minnesotans do?
Well, I think one of the things is obviously watching it. Obviously, you know, Obama has certainly caught the president's attention, and I think to again make the statement to the president that we support freedom and personal liberation and so forth.
Well, we're just chanting a second ago was the whole world hates you, Egypt hates you, to Mubarak.
What impact is this going to have on the Palestinians?
Well, I feel like once they change the government, it might affect the peace between Israel and Egypt, and it might support Palestine more, you know?
You think it's good or bad for the Palestinians?
I think it's a good thing.
I think that what's going on in Palestine Palestine right now is a very isolated event from what's happening around the Middle East, and that will determine the future of the Palestinian people more so than the liberation of Egypt. But by liberating Egypt, the cultural capital of the entire Middle East will revolt. And I think that bringing change throughout the region will one day affect the Palestinian situation, and in that I support it.
Enough. 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 Let's just Egypt.